What's guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to a brand new show. This is Vivy, I believe is how it's pronounced. Fluorite Eyes Song. We're going to be watching the first two episodes today because, well, they both dropped simultaneously, and I like that, and I'll explain why in a minute. But welcome to the channel if you're new and you're joining me for the spring season. I'm a British guy who reacts to seasonal anime, and this is my 6th season of doing so. And spring season is now really kicking in. There's only one new show today, but I'm kind of thankful for that because Sundays are, they're a very busy day. So we still have some of winter's shows to finish up today as well. So I'm kind of glad we're easing it in, even if it is a double episoder. Because, like I said, I've already dropped one of the shows just because I feel like I'm not going to get interested in it no matter what. So it means it's an 8-show day. And if all 8 shows dropped, and this was a double, that'd be 9 episodes to do, plus the 2 extra from winter, it would be impossible. I would spend my entire day just recording, and then I spend the next night just rendering. It's like, I could not do that. I will have to find a way to do it next week to an extent, but at least I won't have to worry about previous shows or a double episode like this, hopefully. We'll see, though. But yeah, what we do on the channel when we start a brand new show like this is I like to load up the analyst page, look at the synopsis, the tags, the more notable VA cast of our main members, the studio behind it, just get a basic feel for the show. Like I said, I have a lot of shows to go through, so I need to get very early judgments on what I think of the show, and if it can impress me based on those judgments, like if it surprises me or if it lives up to exactly what I was hoping from it, then I can continue on with it. If not, I will have to very quickly drop them. Not because they're particularly bad, but just because I have too many other shows that I really enjoy that I just don't have time to get to them anymore. So that's my reasoning behind this. It's how I've always done it on this channel. If you want to skip ahead to the start of the first episode, there'll be timestamps in the description below. Timestamps to the first episode, its discussion, as well as the second episode, its discussion, since we're doing both episodes together in this same video. Normally I would separate it, but I think for something like this, where they both release simultaneously like this, straight after each other, I'm going to do them in one video like this, and it also means that I get 2 episodes worth of the show to make a judgment on whether I'm going to continue it next week or not, which is something I really enjoy. So we're going to load the episode up here, and I'll talk about that in a second. So this synopsis has changed since I did my Spring 2021 preview. This is actually, I think, a better synopsis because it gives less information than the original one. So an AI named Matsumoto appears before Vivy, the world's first autonomous humanoid AI. Matsumoto's mission is to rewrite history together with Vivy in order to stop the war between AI and humans that will happen 1 century later. So yes, this gives a very minimalistic synopsis of what the series is about, and I like that for certain synopsis. I, of course, know a little bit extra, so again, I know a little bit more than what this is let on because I saw the Spring 2021 preview synopsis. Apparently, Vivy here is made with the intent of singing, hence why there seems to be some musical connotation here. I think if you look here, you can see like the music, I think that says music something, I think that says something book, maybe music sound book or something like that. So yeah, music and her singing is meant to be a main part of it, and I think she's in like a theme park type deal. I don't think it's actually a theme park, but it's like a venue for humans to go and be entertained by androids and AI stuff. So she is a prototype. Well, I don't know if she's necessarily a prototype, but she is unique in that sense. Probably before a lot more are made, and then it's like, oh, if they're humanoid AI, of course they're going to question why they have to serve the humans. And it's like, you can see where it goes typical sci-fi plot, but I'm kind of curious to see what it does. So we've got 13 episodes here, and like I said, we've got 2 episodes today, which is fantastic, because that means we have 40 minutes of content, as opposed to 20, to make a snap judgment on this show. And I've said it before on other shows like Wars of Sigrifa, that we watched somewhat recently. When episodes give you 40 minutes of content right from the first episode, or dropping 2 episodes at once, it allows you to build up your world, build up your characters, and get a better understanding of everything much, much sooner. And for a lot of people, they will make a snap judgment based on the first impression they get on the first episode. Having 2 episodes split like this is still going to run into that problem, but because there's 2 episodes worth, you're incentivized because you know they're both there, and you can just be like, watch episode 1. If you're still undecided, or if you don't know if you want to drop it or want to continue it, you can just go straight into episode 2, and maybe some of that will be alleviated. So I really like anime that decide to go double length first episode or release 2 episodes at once very early on. Helps you get into the world a bit more, expand the characters a bit more, show off a little bit more, because you can have world building, character building, action sequences as well, all in one package, and really capture your audience. VA cast, I feel like I recognize Jun Fukuyama, but I don't quite know where from. Otherwise, again, Yoko Kasa, I feel like I should recognize that name, but I don't know what from. This is by Wit Studio, who have some important things I want to mention. So, of my list that I've watched, I didn't think much of this, but these are the 2 I'm interested in, because Ancient Magus Bride and After the Rain, this was a bit different, especially compared to Magus Bride, but very, very good-looking shows. Like, not in the, like, there's different degrees of good-looking, very stylized, I think is the better way to put it, and their styles really shone through in those shows, even for a show like this, which is a drama romance between a high schooler and a 40-year-old, which sounds kind of odd as a concept, but the stylization of it and the way they captured the mood and energy of the show was really brilliant. So if we can get that sort of thing with this, because I've seen the thumbnails on Funimation, that's all I've seen of it, I haven't watched any trailers or anything, but the thumbnails on Funimation look pretty damn good, especially episode 2, so I'm expecting some level of visual aspects that really engages me. And Teppei Nagatsuki, for the original plan, what have you done recently? Yeah, he's been involved in a lot of stuff. ReZero, Warlords of Sigadrifa. So yeah, I have a lot of faith in this. Like, there's some interesting stuff. There's some good staff choices, good studio choices. This should look really, really good. And should go really good. It's an original story as well, so it's not confined by the pacing of source material. It will be getting a light novel eventually. I believe that releases end of the month, or the start of it. There is CG usage, but that's fine. I kind of expected that from a show like this. Robots, time manipulation, artificial intelligence. All stuff you can get from just the basic synopsis, and no spoilers there. Just tagged as sci-fi. Interesting that it's just tagged as sci-fi and not music sci-fi, because I thought maybe the music might shine a bit further through, since the concept is of Vivy being a singer. Maybe not, though. I'm still expecting the soundtrack to be killer anyway, because why wouldn't you? Interesting, people are recommending Violet to this and Ghost in the Shell. That kind of makes more sense, I suppose. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell, but I've heard of it. Interesting they recommend Violet, but I don't know if that's just based on the first one. I mean, you've got quite the difference here. Ghost in the Shell, Violet, Astro Boy. So, recommendations a bit all over the place early on, but yeah, a decent amount of following, considering the start of it, so I'm very excited. I don't quite know what to expect, necessarily, but I'm hoping it captures me with these first 2 episodes. It's got a brilliant chance to do so, and I think it's going to manage it, so we're going to load the episode up here. As per usual, these are time-based format reactions here on the YouTube. If you want to see a full picture-in-picture version, so my face and the anime in simultaneous, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture-in-picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from Winter 2021 and onwards, so last season, this season, and obviously the future. We've got backdated shows on there from previous ones, so like the entirety of Higurashi and Jujutsu Kaisen is covered. Entirety of ReZero will eventually be covered. I'm catching up on that one slowly but surely. We also have Patreon request shows like Symphogear Season 2, which will be starting next week. We've got World Trigger and Lock Horizon still ongoing as well. Lock Horizon should lead into Season 2 by the end of the month, somewhen, depending on how quickly I can get into that. And yeah, we also have movie reactions available on there. We've got Your Name and Wolf Children currently on there. I'll be adding some of my older movies that I watched before my channel got deleted and had to move over to this one. So I'll be doing those eventually as well. And there's currently a poll up to vote on what movie you'd like me to watch this month. That goes on until the 7th/8th of the month. So look forward to that. But yeah, here on YouTube we have 2 timer based. So bottom left of the screen you'll see a timer for the episode. I'll count down 3 to 1 play. Then on play you start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. There'll be nothing of video or audio from the original episode. It's just me and a timer, because YouTube copyright, and Molebeat is on a tear the past year, so yeah, we can't get away with showing any of it realistically. There'll be too many problems with them, because they are very trigger happy with that sort of thing. and haven't had the best luck trying to repeal that either. So but yeah, we are watching this one on Funimation since they're the ones who have licensed it this season. We have the Aniplex logo, then the Funimation logo, so about 12 seconds of logos, give or take. I'll call them out as I go past. You can also see screen flash on my face or the mic to tell when the scene's transitioning. Also, look at this part of my headset. It's very reflective, and you should get the scene transitions very obviously, especially when you go from the dark Aniplex logo to the light Funimation logo, for example. That should give away quite easily. So, with all that said, and a long intro over, I talked a bit more than I wanted. Let's get into the first episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Vivy score, okay. Big this up. Damaged. Mm-hmm. Okay then. Neoland, okay. Oh. Interesting. So it looks like the war has already begun. Looks like the war has very much already begun. Oh boy. Okay. This is... I love the... Oh! I wonder where that thing was going. Oh boy. I love the difference in tone between... Yeah, this. The happy theme park going on as normal whilst they're killing. It's like... Holy shit. I love it. The hell is this big tower thing? I guess the Center for, like, Research Development, probably. I think that's Vivy, right? Look like an image of her. Diva. Hmm. Project Singularity, did that say? That's quite the intro to your show, isn't it? I love it though. Project Singularity, execution time. My code to make everyone happy with my singing. Yes. I love the visuals of this. Hmm. Interesting. That's actually an interesting thing. Can't make AI that are capable of multiple things. Hmm. I actually quite like that as a concept. Of course, it's all going to go wrong when they realize we can do more. Everyone happy by singing, okay. Hmm. That's interesting. Just interesting. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, okay. It's quite the resemblance. Hmm. 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 The execution time's getting real close. If you look at the top left of the screen, it's like 2 minutes, well, a minute and 45 seconds now away. It's getting pretty close. You can see the on place and execution place. It's actually a really cool concept. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Wow, that's quite a visual on those eyes. 40 seconds away. We're on place. You can hear it 20 seconds away. Oh. Five, four, three, two, one. There it goes. Project Singularity. Oh boy. The archive, okay. Huh? God. Speak so fast. True. Oh, okay. Okay. If you're not used to reading subtitles fast, this is a good test. Destruction of the AIs, okay. Keita Koyashi, okay. Everything's running normal, though. God, that would be so annoying. uh, it's in the back. Oh boy. Showing the future, okay. $10,000, Jesus. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm still keeping count. Sure. Not about an upgrade, but oh boy. Animation's on point. Backgrounds are on point. Assemblyman, okay. Yep, no one has predicted. As you do. Mm, that's 12. Hmm. Okay. Right. Oh. Why? Ah. Okay. Hmm. Didn't take action. Like that looked like a really weird run cycle, but it makes so much sense. Oh, this shot though. Someone didn't want that assemblyman around for long. Automatic emergency tape and stuff. That's clever. Okay. Interesting. I guess that's them like connecting to like a. I'm not quite sure what that was. Hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. Huh. Hmm. Obviously not. Yeah. Hmm. AI naming law. Aha. Okay, and that's when things start changing. Hmm. Okay, and we're gonna be. Hmm. Singularity Project. Hmm. Well. Oh shit. Okay. Hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy. But he's alive. Okay. No ED animation. Looks like it's just gonna be just credits. Hmm. That was an interesting first episode. That was a very interesting first episode. Just instrumental? Looks like it might be. Also, a slightly longer than normal episode. Most anime episodes would have already been over. Hmm. Wonder if that will continue on with future episodes or not. Guess we'll find out with episode 2, right? Do you like this instrumental, though? I don't know if this is going to be the version of the ED we have every episode or not, though. Preview for next time, or a little bit extra? Preview, okay. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, that was a very interesting first episode. Very interesting first episode, in fact. So yeah, I think it's right that this is definitely more sci-fi focused than music focused. I think the music aspect is just a part of her base character and a part of her reasoning behind her willingness to go along with this somewhat insane idea. The music does not play as heavily into the plot of the narrative as I kind of expected, and that's probably where one of my expectations kind of diverted a little bit. However, starting off with the war at the end, the war that is we're trying to prevent, showing what that's like. Honestly, the way it was depicted was really great. Like, I love that idea of, I mean, AI versus humans has always been a plot point. Like, ever since the idea of having an AI that was capable of thinking for itself and capable of performing actions by itself, that's always sparked the sci-fi horror of, but what if they become so powerful that they realize they don't need humans anymore, or that they want to defy humans because we mistreat them? And it's been told so many times. I mean, the most notable one that I can think of that always comes to my head right from the off is Detroit Become Human. Remember that game? Like, seeing how humanity treats AIs, and then the uprising, you can influence whether it becomes a peaceful, like, we just want peace, or we're going to tear this down and fight for everything we want. Like, that was a really good game for that sort of discussion. And it looks like we're going through that here, but just the idea of having these, like, theme park-based robots that's, like, are you in trouble? Like, are you in trouble whilst they're crushing your skull in? I don't know why, but there's just something very, very... Maybe this speaks to me how bad of a person I am, but there's something very satisfying in that. Like, it triggers something in me. I'm like, yeah. Like, for some reason, that's satisfying to me, and I don't know why. I think I'm just a little messed up in that way, but I just love that idea. And the little droid things that just come shooting down from the sky and just whack. It's like, that was so satisfying. Like, as a horrific a thing as it was very satisfyingly done, where it's like, the impacts felt real, and like, again, you've got that cheerful music of like Nearland playing in the background as well. It's like, just the contrast between those two is brilliant. Visually, the show is very, very good as well, particularly on the eyes. Like, a lot of good eye work in this, and when you have an android AI type thing, you can experiment a bit more with the eyes. You're not just limited by human eyes. You can have like the zooming lenses and contracting, spinning, like, you can do so much more with that. And they're really making use of it. In fact, the thumbnail for episode 2, which we're just going to go and jump into in a second, has a very big focus on an eye. I can't tell if that's an android eye or a human eye because the goddamn play button's in the middle of it, so I can't see. It looks like it might be an android eye based on... Looks like there's lenses in there. Yes, a very, very, very interesting first episode. And like I said, it was longer. It was a 26-23 episode. Most anime episodes are usually over by the 24 mark, so we got a little bit of extra content. Like, the only exception really to that is ReZero, which went 29 minutes or 29 minutes 30 for most of its season, which was outstanding. This having a full 26-minute episode, I don't know if that was just for this episode or if it's going to continue on. Actually, I'll load up the second episode here, because I do need to do that anyway. We'll see what the runtime is of next episode. That would be... Okay, we're back to normal episode length for this time. Okay, so there was a one-off special for the first episode, but I think it needed it, to be fair. So, yeah, this episode's going to be back to a normal 23-minute runtime. In fact, it's a little shorter, probably because they did put two of them together and thought, both of them combined makes 2 normal episodes. That's probably why they did it. We'll see if episode 3 does anything funky with its runtime or not. If there's going to be a lot of variation in its runtime, or if it's just going to be like, no, the first episode was just a little longer to kind of get you into it, which it did well, to be fair. But yeah, we got a basic plot. We've got a basic idea of what's going to go on. We've got to save this. We've got to save this politician, because the AI naming law is going to be very influential in what happens in the future, as more and more rights get divulged to AI, and therefore, now if I remember correctly, this Bear AI guy, if I remember correctly, said destruction of all AIs. Right? So does that include Vivy? Does that mean at the end of this journey, Vivy has to destroy herself as well for the good of humanity? I wonder if that's going to be a point or not. Because I'm fairly certain the bear said to destroy the AIs. I have to go back and make sure I read that correctly, but I feel like he said destruction of, not just to maintain peace between the two, but to remove the android AI entirely. I'm fairly certain I read that in subtitles. A lot of fast subtitles in that first episode. I think as a dub, I think people will definitely gravitate towards a dub of this show if that ever gets announced by Funimation, because of the rapid nature of keeping up with subtitles. If you're not used to reading subtitles in anime, this is not a good show to start with, because you're going to probably miss a lot of the stuff that was said. Like, even I missed a couple of bits there, I'm fairly certain, like, especially when both of them were talking near the end there. Yeah, I missed a couple of bits there. But yeah, I guess we'll move on into episode 2. Like I said, we are doing both episodes here in this video. I normally wouldn't, but for this one, I think it's better I do, because I want to make this judgment as my actual judgment on wherever I'm continuing the show. So far, I'm 100% interested in the show. I want to see what direction this episode takes, because we had a really good setup. I want to see now which direction we're going to start leading into. Then I'll say, yes, I'm keeping up, or no, I'm not. So, anyway, gonna load it up. Usual rules apply as per usual, compared to what I said for the first episode. So I hope you're ready. Funimation, episode 2, Quarter Note, the beginning of the 100-year journey. Yes, it's the start of our 100-year journey to alter the course of history. So, with all that said, let's get into episode 2, shall we? Oh, wait, no. Almost got you. Let's start episode 2 now. In 3, 2, 1, play. Amplex. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. Yep, there's the eye. Okay. How is that not a good thing? It sounds good in theory, though, right? Humans and AI getting along? Yep, taking the bullet. Nice. This is quite an advanced operation for this. When you're up against a singing AI. They're anti-AI, okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. They want this building gone as well. Hmm. Okay. Nice. All combat skills being installed. Okay. Huh. Mm-hmm. Ooh. A specific anti-AI round. Oof. Actually happens. Huh? Buying all the explosives. How are they getting away from that then? Because it obviously looked like something happened, unless the bear did something with his visual systems that he actually missed. I don't know. Oh, hello. completely shut out. Yep. Okay. So yeah, it did tamper with the goggles to show something that you didn't actually see. Oh shit. Oh, now you blow the building up. Or some bits of it anyway. We literally just saved you multiple times. You'd already be dead. But doesn't want to let them die. Gonna go back and save, right? Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Very beautiful art. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Really? Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh. fluidness of that little bit of animation was nice. Hmm. Yeah, we still got them out front to deal with. Computing an idea. Oh, we're actually going to collapse the building. Hmm. 2 minutes. Gotta get out of it. That's really gonna mess with you, isn't it? Absolute hatred, yet one saves your life anyway. We gonna make that jump? Is that what we're planning to do? There it goes. It tilted and okay. That makes a bit more sense. The hair flowing out was nice. Nice shot. Mm-hmm. uh, Sure. Yep. There's probably a lot more like that. Hmm. Ah, okay. That's the okay. Interesting. Hmm. He's flying overhead. Jesus. What? What? Oh, goodbye, arm. The plane. Because she's on it. Oh, no. What a shot that is. Yeah. Oh, boy. Wow. I guess this is going to be ED for all of them? I guess we'll see what third episode has, but. Wow. I wonder if we're going to go into a bit more of that next episode, or if that's really just going to have, hey, by the way, look, you can't change the history the way you want to because you just want to. You have to stick to our mission. I wonder if we're actually going to focus a bit more on that, or if it's just like, oh yeah, your friend, yeah, she's going to die, and we're not going to fix that history. Hmm. Hmm. Wonder if we are continuing that next week or not. I guess we'll see with the preview, right? That's pretty messed up. It was a beautiful visual, but it was messed up. And very sudden. Very, very sudden. Yeah, back to a normal episode length. We'll have our preview next time. What's it going to be? What? Sunrise? Stella? Sister. Okay. Okay. I guess we are just going to move straight on from that, huh? We're just going to have that moment and be like, oh yeah, your friend, dead. Just like that. I guess we are just going to brush past that so quickly. It feels a bit odd to have that bit rushed so much. But my god, Wit Studio have some beautiful visuals, as per usual. Yeah, I feel like that bit at the end there... Did that actually... Has that already happened? Is that a premonition or a visual of her for the future? Or did that literally just happen now and we're just going to move on past that? Because if that's just happened and we're now going to move on, I feel like that scene deserved a little bit more time to deal with. Because that seemed a bit too important to just brush past real quick. I get the idea. I like the idea behind it. And I think that kind of did come across that just because we have knowledge of the future doesn't mean we can just go changing everything we want to suit ourselves. We have to stick to our mission. Because he did say this change of history of saving the assemblyman was within acceptable, I forget the actual phrase, but within acceptable margins, right? So, despite them changing a lot of history, they can only change very specific points as determined by the AI. Because, yeah, if you change too much, you have no idea what effect that can have in the future. Like, if you change every single little bit of history just to suit yourself, who knows what that's going to end up meaning for you and your missions and everything like that. There might be someone on that plane who it's actually kind of important that they are dead because otherwise... Yeah, because otherwise the naming law might get passed. You just don't know, right? Who else was on that plane? Obviously your friend was on the plane, you want to save your friend, but by saving your friend, maybe you put into some other events into question, things like that. It's like, I get the idea behind it. It's a very good idea to bring up, because whenever you start messing with time travel and like changing the future and stuff, it always gets messy. Every show that deals with time gets messy eventually. But I feel like it deserved a little bit extra. Like, if this was another 26-minute episode like episode 1 was, I think they would have given that a bit more time. But I don't know if that's something that we have to contend with in the future, if we're going to touch on it more next time. Next time looks to be more about space or something, which is interesting. It's titled, A Tender Moon Tempo, A Pleasant Chat with the Stars. And she says sister to Estella, I believe, is the blonde one, right? She says Estella, and I think that was the blonde... I'm going to guess another AI. And by sister, I don't know if it means actually a sister. Maybe that's the second humanoid AI, although I'm thinking they're sticking with the idea that Vivy is completely unique, though. So I don't know. There was an interview with with Nagatsuki, and who else was on that interview? Eiji Umehara, who is also working on the original concept for this, and also script and series composition for the show. And same for next. It's their joint project, essentially. I don't want to read too much into the interview, because it might give away something about, like, direction of the show, because at the moment, I could see this going a very emotional route by the end of it. I could see it going very action-heavy as well in the midpoint of it. I don't know how emotional it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be quite so emotional or going straight for that. I think it might end up doing it anyway, without intending to, depending on how well it builds the characters, but... Yeah, it seems weird they just kill off Momoko that suddenly. I feel like that scene deserves a little more. Unless that's a future premonition, and that's something that we will continue. I don't know. It feels like that just happened in the moment rather than being a sign of the future, but maybe we'll see. I don't know. But again, Wit Studio, beautiful visuals, as expected. Like, it's not constantly beautiful visuals. No anime can really maintain that to a high standard. Not constantly having the same beautiful visual in every single shot and every single bit of animation. That's too much to ask from an anime studio, and that's when you start running into issues with crunch and getting episodes out on time. However, when it picks its moments to be stunningly beautiful, any eye shot focus, the plane exploding into 5 parts as it comes raining down like a streak of meteors, like, that was a beautiful shot. And this show is very, very beautiful for that reason. And I'm hooked. I'm hooked into this idea. I really like Vivy, or Diva, as she's kind of been called now. I think Diva is more of the name that we should be going for, because that's what everyone except for Momoka refers to her as. Everyone else calls her Diva. So I feel like I should call her Diva, but again, the show name is called Vivy. But yeah, what is fluorite? Is that a specific thing that I should know of? Oh, it's a mineral. Okay, it's a mineral of some description. Okay, CAF2, only 4 on the hardness scale. I guess that is that her eye color. I can't tell. I don't know if she has fluorite eye color or not. Looks similar. Anyway, yes. Very, very interested, I think, is the verdict after that. And like I said, I'm so happy we did get a double episode, because it makes it so much easier to get into a show when you get 40-odd minutes of animation as opposed to the typical 20. So, and that first episode being a little longer also helped for those who might not even want to bother with the second episode. At least you get 26 minutes instead of 24 minutes total episode length. So, yeah, I'm into it. I'm very much into it. As an original story, I feel good about pacing, even though it's single core. I like Diva. I like the back and forth that is going to be developing over time with Matsumoto, the bear. And I'm sure we're going to meet a bunch of new characters. We're meeting one next time, the sister, potentially. I don't know what that means in terms of AIs, but I guess we'll find out. But apparently we're going to space, so I guess in this society... Yeah, I guess in this society, we have a space station. Maybe space entertainment has kicked off, and space tourism is much more of a prominent thing. I don't know what year it is specifically right now. I know on the, I know when they showed Diva in the museum, they had 2054 written on it. I don't know if that was the date she went into the museum, or if that was the date she was constructed. If that was the date she was created in 2054, and then we're coming back from 2154 to now, I should have paid attention for a date in, like, when we were in the future. But either way, at this point, 2054, even if that is the bare minimum and the earliest that we should really be focusing on, space tourism is probably going to be up there. Like, even in our real world, I imagine space tourism will be viable, at least for the super rich elite, in the next 10-15 years. I fully believe that will happen. Common masses going up into space, I feel like is way too long. I don't know if that will ever be in my lifetime. For just anybody to go into space, it's too expensive. And it's not worth it, really. Like, space tourism needs things to do. We would need a commercial space station, which... who's going to invest that much money into that? Like, getting all the bits up there for a commercial space station, like, that's too expensive. And yes, development is going very, very fast in rocket technology and everything, but I don't know if it's ever going to be there in my lifetime. Maybe in my 70s or something, so, like, 50-odd years from now. Like, 2070, maybe we'll start getting something similar, but I personally can't imagine it. I mean, I can imagine it, but I don't think it'll happen. But anyway, yeah. Very interesting start to the series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this as well. Thank you for sticking along for a double episode. Like I said, I don't normally do these because I normally separate them into each one. Mainly because watch time is always better when you do single episodes as opposed to doubles. But since they both count at the same time, might as well do the doubles. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of these episodes. I'm really interested in this. I thought the music would play a bit of a heavier impact, but really it didn't. And honestly, the the change in synopsis that we got with this one, as opposed to the one I saw in spring preview video. Honestly, the synopsis is way better for that, because it's less information, and it is more relevant information, because the whole theme park thing is less relevant so far to our journey. It's just a very base character motivation for Diva to follow and contend with, almost. So that'll be expanded upon in future, I'm sure. But don't forget to subscribe as well to see next week's episode. I assume next week we're going to get an episode as normal. I mean, we did get both episodes, so I don't know if that means... Because I think this aired both episodes in Japan as well. It's not just Funimation getting a deal or anything. So I assume next week we'll be getting episode 3 as normal. So stay tuned for that. We will be continuing with this one. This is one of the shows from this season that we definitely will keep up with. Although I have to drop some other Sunday shows, because next Sunday's going to be very, very busy. I hope you're ready for that, because I'm not. But don't forget to subscribe as well for other Spring 2021 shows that are coming across the season. We're finishing up the rest of the winter ones today as well. And then, yeah, Patreon request shows and everything. Got to slot them in somewhere. So thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.